that. Maybe you're checking it out for the first
Good
time.
evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wacky world of ours, mostly because I got really bored and decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna push the button. I'm an adult like that. This evening's scene will be set in the Sinful Serpent, a newly opened establishment that is owned by one Anastasia Nikos. So I will let Stephen do the introduction to the pair proper, and then you will all come in and do your introductions. I will be back in a few moments. I have to go and collect food.
Okay. The Sinful Serpent nightclub has a neon sign at the side of a snake with its fangs bearing towards the sign. There's not that big of a line. Most everybody's already in, and there's a bouncer like with all nightclubs. When people get in, there is 2 floors. The second floor is the VIP section, and the bottom floor is where the dance floor, the bar, and the various seating arrangements. Anastasia is currently sitting in the VIP section, kind of observing the club from up top.
Who's next?
I don't know.
Just know Evan's not here yet.
Jackie walks in the place. Not sure why he's in here and actually having to pay for things. He's trying to live dangerously. So he pays the cover and he walks in, actually avoiding people, but he does have this huge smile, on his face. He's just kind of grinning from ear to ear. It seems to be he has a smile on his face, and he orders a whiskey, and he's just kind of chilling at the bar.
Finley's. I'd love to do that whole he was already there thing, but he's just going to wander in, pay the cover charge, not going to bother him. And the very first thing he's going to do is head to the bar and ask if they have coffee. Or a soda, barring that.
They actually do have coffee, but they're giving you serious side-eye for going to a club and getting coffee.
He gives 0 shits. It's a Rory, yay.
For those that are just arriving, people are going to the Sinful Serpent nightclub that Anastasia owns.
So, Bellic will arrive and have a nice conversation with whoever's at the door before entering.
Yeah, he probably a gruff type person. He seems friendly enough, though.
Oh yeah, we'll have a nice chat then.
Mitchell, I hate to ask, but could you remind me what your character looks like again?
My character looks like Genghis Khan in a tracksuit most days. Today he's dressed a little better.
Haha. Does he have the impressive beard?
He has a beard. It's not as impressive as mine. No.
Aw.
It is. But Bellic is very charming and would like to carry on a conversation with everybody. So he has a nice chat at the door. He'll come in and speak with one of the bartenders who isn't overly busy so as not to disturb them. And he'll get a couple of vodka shots and start his evening.
What's the club like?
Okay, the club, there is 2 floors. At the top is the VIP section with somebody guarding the stairs to go up there. At the bottom, close but not underneath it, is the seating arrangements and the bar. And then there's the dance floor off to the side. When you walk in, you're closer to the bar.
Okay, so just more specifically, is it like a dance club or like a lounge?
A dance club.
So, pounding music, dark strobe lights,
Yes.
lots of young people. DJ in a booth overlooking.
Yes, Sam, where the youth of today go to get jiggy with it, as they say, with their bad selves.
And they're rock'em sock'em robots.
Yeah.
Gotcha. No, it's relevant point. Mario just... Is there a lineup outside?
There was a small line, but you should be able to get through pretty quick.
Rory goes into line and gets in, I guess. He's even more beautiful than ever today. He's currently appearance 5. Which is quite obnoxious. Do I see anyone else when I come inside on the first level?
Me. AKA Finley at the bar, drinking a thermos or whatever they'll give him.
He will dance up to Finley and say, "Is there anything in that coffee?"
If you mean alcohol, no.
The bartender obviously is giving him side eye still.
Okay, so just so I can kind of
3 Jaeger bombs, barkeep.
just so I can continue to keep this moving along. Who here has yet to intro? Because I want to get you all into the bar before something.
Me. And me.
Okay, so Jewel, you can go next.
All right. You guys can hear me okay, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Jewel arrives at the nightclub looking exceedingly less formal than normal. She is dressed for the occasion. She politely chats. Door. And make her way into the bar.
Okay. And Kim.
Iki will kind of wander in. Just kind of looking all over the place. And we'll just kind of head over to the bar.
Okay. Question, as you are now all in the room. Who here has an active mind shield?
The fuck's a mind shield?
With the exception of Bellic, who has a mind shield.
Lol, what is Mind Sphere?
Okay. Anyone? Okay. You all start to feel...
My fingernails.
You all start to feel tipsy, even if you haven't taken anything of an intoxicating drink this evening. You all start to feel as if you have. Everything. You are at that pleasant stage of buzzed. Universally.
I'm going to look at the coffee and then glare at the bartender.
The The bartender just smiles.
The bartender's also feeling pleasantly tipsy. Everyone in the room without a mind shield, pleasantly tipsy.
By the way, those of you that are in here, the people that she has met will be offered to go to the VIP if somebody knows Bellic they could bring him to. Because she's not met Bellic.
Bellic is just drinking a lot. And talking. He talks. Bellic is a talker.
Bellic, you start to hear, because you have the medium merit, don't you?
I do.
You start to hear drums.
This is not a good time for this, but okay. Let's do it.
Just they're echoing in the background.
This is good music. Bellic enjoy.
Okay. Continue role playing. That's all I have to say for now.
I'm just gonna be like, because I'm assuming the emotion pleasantly is also put in this, so it's not just you're slightly drunk.
You were all happily buzzed, pleasantly drunk.
Then he will completely forgive the bartender for obviously spiking his drink.
You know what, guys? Everything feels great. It's all so wonderful. I will point out, with the exception of Bellic. Sorry, continue, Marcus.
Jackie is having a conversation with himself, going, "What the fuck did you do?" To himself, by the way, it seems.
You will notice the voice in your head is eerily silent. It hasn't made any cutting remarks. As a matter of fact, if it felt like it had a presence, it feels like it's hiding.
Hey, come here more often. He will make his way.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Anyone else wishes to roleplay amongst yourselves, feel free to do so. I'm going to go and see to my food. I'll be back in a few minutes. Remember, pleasantly drunk.
It is the time for Jaeger bombs.
What on earth is a Jaeger bomb?
Rory just turns and looks at her and says, "Well, I'm glad you asked." So a Jaeger bomb is you drop a shot of Jaeger into a glass of either beer or Red Bull.
Red Bull.
You're breaking up, Heather. Cannot hear you.
Okay. It is at this point that you will start to notice a lot of the patrons have stood up and they're starting to dance, but they're not dancing like the traditional oogie boogie style of dance, you know, kind of like just the gyration on dance floor. They're starting to link hands and dance in two circles, one on the inside of the other, going opposite directions, dancing around in a circle.
Ooh, mass ritual. Thank you.
Anastasia gets up from her seat and goes down to where this is all happening.
Does anyone have Prime Sight activated?
I'm activating it now, probably. Be like, okay, a bunch of people just started up and doing stuff.
Bellic, you start to hear whispered in your ear, "The master is coming. The master is coming."
Bellic will take one more shot of vodka and order 2 more. And one
Strange
of them,
enough, the barman seems completely immune to all this, as in he's still able to serve his function. Sorry,
good.
continue.
One of them, he will dip his ring finger in and flick it up, out, and down before leaving it on the bar. The second one, he'll dip his middle finger in and wipe over his eyelids. Because I would like to be able to really have a conversation here.
That's fine. Solon, did you throw on Spirit Sight? Did you not? Or sorry, Prime Sight.
Prime Sight and Spirit Sight, actually.
Okay. Holy sweet zombie Jesus, they're building up an awful lot of energy. Holy sweet zombie Jesus.
So, actually, I was actually going to... I don't know if this is going to have any effect, but I feel it's what Rory would do. He is going to go dance.
Okay.
But
they will not let you into the circles, as in they keep them entirely sealed.
Yes. So I'm actually going to be dancing in the opposite direction of them. Of the circles.
Okay. They don't seem to mind.
Excellent. I want to roll it anyways.
Okay. They will now all start to sing in perfect unison. Can anyone here speak Irish or Gaelic?
Yes.
Okay. They will literally start to sing, "Land of beauty and land of eagles, land which gave my birth and blessing. We will go home, we'll go home, we will go home across the mountain." And they kind of just continue to sing that. Weirdly enough, the music on the sound system switches to play the melody they're singing. And then they start speaking about a brave warrior coming home.
So 8 successes on my dance, by the way.
Awesome. You dance up a storm. And yes, Marcus, you are in fact correct. That is the song from the King Arthur movie. That is 10 points to Hufflepuff.
I was wondering that, actually.
It's just the most Celtic sounding song that came to my head immediately. You will then notice a young lady is standing in the middle of the 2 circles, and she has a gentleman standing in front of her. The gentleman kneels onto the ground, and you see, for the record, I will point out, you all have full control of your faculties. You see her smash a bottle. You assume it's a beer bottle, and she starts to stab it into his throat. Repeatedly.
How far does that pleasant buzz extend? Because that's
This is still abhorrent to you if you find murder abhorrent, but it all seems really ritualized.
Can I make a esoterica check? See what this is?
Yes, you can. If people wish to roll intelligence esoterica, they can.
Okay, I'll do the same then.
okay. Would analytical apply here?
Yes, it would.
2 1s and 2 successes. Ah!
Difficulty?
Standard diff.
I am not rolling well tonight. This is not bode well for me.
Did you say 10s are double, or how do they work here with a specialty?
10s are double.
And specialties mean what?
Specialties mean that your 10s double.
Okay, 6 successes.
Holy crap, okay.
He is Irish.
Is this... Can I test a theory?
Yes.
Okay. Is the man who is being stabbed repeatedly in the throat well dressed and noble looking?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I know what you were thinking, and it wasn't a bad thought. You were basically thinking if they were basically redoing a druidic ritual.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were doing the sacrifice of the king or the oak king.
For the record,
He'd better tell. And he'd have told the druid that if he was.
Yeah, fair.
Oh no, Jackie, there. How did you do on your esoteric roll?
4 successes.
They're definitely doing something druidic.
They're definitely what?
They're definitely doing something druidic. You just don't. They're just not necessarily sacrificing someone who was well dressed, but the motions, the spilling of blood, the song, and the fact that there's a whole bunch of energy building up. This is definitely some kind of druid practice.
Jackie will go finish it because it's supposed to.
Once again, they will not let you through the. Basically, they've all linked hands as they dance around, so they will not let you through them. You could, in theory, try and get underneath the arms and try and get through that way, but you get the distinct impression this is a closed circuit, if that makes sense, as in they're going through the motions because they have to.
No, Jackie will observe it as he should. Whatever he's supposed to be doing as an outsider for this particular ritual, he will be doing it.
Sorry, I'm gonna roll something.
Sorry, Stolen. From your perspective, from the books that you read, from the books that you read from Siren and the information you've been able to gather, this is a summoning ritual of immense power. Are you there, Solon?
Yes.
Excellent.
Anastasia,
question.
go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. What was that? What was that, Stephen?
Anastasia is looking at her bodyguards. They're probably like, are they on the floor too?
Yes.
Or not bodyguards, her bouncers.
They're all dancing.
Okay.
As I say, the barman is the only person in the room, but the barman's not panicking. It's not like he's just seeing somebody bleed their life's blood out on the floor. He is just doing it. He's just standing there, almost like he's waiting for something.
Is this guy okay? Sorry, just not to spoil all the fun, but is the guy who stabbed going to die if something isn't done?
Oh yes, he was stabbed through his throat with a bottle.
Rory runs over to the man and it's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Okay. I was gonna say you're near my character, but you've been dancing around, so that's not a guarantee. But shit. Is there any way I could make an attempt to stop him?
For the record, Solon, you're really choppy, so do you want to just log out, log in? That tends to fix.
I'll wait.
Cool.
Well, look, we'll have a drink on behalf of this individual.
Back. Any better?
Much better.
Okay. Is there any way I can make a roll to stop him?
You can say something to him, or you can physically attempt to grapple him.
Both. Specifically, what he's going to say is, "Don't do that."
Don't cross the streams.
I would, but and does he stop at that, or am I going to have to make a physical roll?
No, he's like, there, he's going to die if I don't do something.
And he's just going to grab you and pull you back and be like, they're doing something here. Someone's coming. You don't want to fuck with this.
The man is going to die.
And you would join him if you tried to stop this.
Okay. Did the man look willing, or like he knew what was going to happen?
He's doing it with a big smile on his face.
So he's dying with a big smile on his face.
Yes. However, you're not exactly sure if the smile on his face is based around the the clearly magical effect that he has on him, or if it's based on on his actual willingness to participate.
Do you not have a moral issue with this? Is this man like a participant? This is happening in a random nightclub. They're enslaving people's minds.
You will start to see, by the way, the red of his blood as it dapples on the floor, coming in sheets now, spilling outwards from his arteries. You will start to see a red mist starting to form, that's starting to swirl in the center of the circles.
How many levels of lethal has he taken?
She opened his throat.
Yes. That's the level of damage.
Okay.
You will, as I say, you will start to see, at which point they will all stop in one kind of firm movement, and they'll all get down on one knee with immense reverence and hold their heads down, looking at the ground.
And I'm going to do the same damn thing, actually, even from outside the circle. Because whoever the hell's coming, yeah.
Honestly, like, Anastasia will do the same, even though, like, this is her club and somebody just died in it. She knows that this is probably some sort of ritual.
You will hear them all say in unison, "Yuchachalt, Yuchachalt," which literally, for those of you who speak Gaelic, translates to "Great Father."
The Dada? Shit, sorry.
Bellic will rise from his seat.
There we go.
Oh,
Turn
good.
it
That
on.
picture is very encouraging.
We screwed now. I've already used my one F-bomb for the night.
From the gathering red, this individual will step. He is bathed in blood, but as he takes a single step, naked as the day he was born, he is beautiful. Physical, chiseled perfection. Almost an insult to beauty herself, the fact that he breathes. You will notice that his body is shaped as if from palest alabaster. Every feature is perfect. I feel as though I need to mention the size of his manhood, or else Marcus will be salty. It is impressive. He will take a
Is it-
single...
Is
Big
it field plowing impressive?
It could be field plowingly impressive.
All right.
He will take a single step, at which point leaves and bramble and bracken will come from the very ground itself, cracking open the dance floor. At which point they will lay around him in leaves and vegetables of nature that form his armor until it is as if it was just newed from the forge. The crown atop his head glimmers and gleams with what looks to be trapped starlight as he gazes at you all with eyes as black and yet bright as ebony and alabaster. And he says, "So wonderful. Bellic. Which one of you is Bellic?"
Bellic will slowly rise from his seat, turn around, hit down both of his knees, and say, "It is a pleasure. I adore."
He will walk. He'll ignore everyone as he walks to the bar, and he'll smash his fist onto it, which will crack the bar right down the center. And the barman will, as if instinctively, bow before placing whiskey on the table, which he will cap with a finger as he raises it up in the bottle and proceeds to drink, drink, drink until the bottle is empty. He will smash the bottle off the wall before he will have another bottle placed and pop. And he will then hold it in his hand and he will say, "I was led to understand that you wish the calling of the hosts." And as the lord of the hosts of the island, I wish to see the man who would be so bold as to make the statements that the spirits need go to war.
It is I. I apologize if my visage is unimpressive.
Do you think I give one solitary fuck about how a man looks? No, it's about what's in his heart that matters to me. So, he'll casually turn and look at you all with those very odd eyes, and he'll say, "Servant to my daughter, I see you there, Kilrowan. I know that name. Step here, please."
Jackie will move to the position that he's asked to.
He will say, "I ponder something. I know your blood. Your blood has spilled in sacrifice to my name and the name of the rest of the Tuatha De Danann for longer than there is time immemorial, back when the world was young and the fruit was sweet. Do you know this man, this Bellic?"
I
Sorry, what was that, Marcus?
He says, I.
I see. Speak now with the words of your voice, merry and sweet, sharp and eviscerating if they must. What do you think of the Bellic? Blood who has spilt blood in my name.
He'll stand. He like straight up says it. He'll stand. Guess no matter what. He'll fight. He ain't gonna break.
That's just what I wanted to hear. His hands are quite large as he'll clasp Bellic with his left hand, and he'll pull him in very close. He smells like earth, like freshly tilled soil, and he'll put the bottle of whiskey in your hand, and he'll say, "Now then, you'll drink with me, no?"
Of course, I thought you'd never ask.
I like him, a man after me own heart. He'll clap his hands, and the spell won't necessarily wear off the people, but whereas before they were just kneeling, kind of kowtowing, they'll drag the body away to one side and throw it in a heap, and then they'll just start to dance again as the music begins to play. Not necessarily the same music. You get the idea that they're now dancing more like a court would dance to entertain their liege lord, if that makes sense. As he'll look around the room and he'll say, "And who are the rest of you fine little souls, all so bright and sharp and defiant? Come, drink! It's important, no? After all, tomorrow we may die, so memories shared in the fruit of the vine are all that important, all the more. Come, drink, yes."
Anastasia will come up to the bar.
"You are a pretty one," he'll say. As he'll do that thing where he puts his finger just under your chin and kind of looks at you in the face. As I say, this individual must be at least appearance 7, so he is stunningly beautiful.
My eyes bleed.
I am honored for such praise.
"And do I smell the bastard of one of my own loins here? Not mine, perhaps, but one who was, shall we say, the man who could do everything. Many things and none, all betwixt and twain. Step forward, boy, after all. I might as well be your uncle."
Rory swallows, steps forward, skips. Share a drink then.
"Come now, boy. I've seen you before when your father deigns to gaze. You're all piss and vinegar. What? Now that you're face to face with me, you balk, you quiver, you shake. Come now, where's that fire? Where's that thing that burns in your belly? Show me that you're worthy of his loins, if nothing else."
All right. Is the dead man dead?
Are you asking him that, or are you asking me out of character?
I'm asking out of character.
Oh yes, he is. He is very, very dead.
Boy, howdy.
Want to dance?
Are you asking him or the dead guy?
I'm asking the doctor.
And we'll contemplate that for a moment. He'll say, "Now is the time for drinking. Later will be the time for dancing."
You ever had a Jaeger bomb?
What is this Jaeger bomb of which you speak?
Intoxication and energy in the same draft.
He'll kind of. There's this wonderful moment of blink, 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 blink. Pour me one now, boy, and may your sins ever be forgotten, lest the Frenchman come for the tally in the morning.
Barkeep, would you mind lining up some Jaeger bombs?
The barman appears to be under, once again, much the same spell and befuddlement as he will nod and he will basically pour them. I'm going to assume because whenever Evan has drunk Jaeger bombs, he's always drunk them with Red Bull because
It's Red Bull and Jaeger,
yeah. I know you can do it with beer apparently, but that just tastes fucking foul.
The originals were with beer, but then they started doing them with Red Bull, which is now the common one.
That's fair. But he'll kind of look at it as you know the two glasses are popped together, and he'll look at it like it's a completely alien contrivance before he'll tap it against the bar, knock it back in a single kind of deep gulp, and he'll say, "Oh, this could send you around the hills of Tara 7 times and up and down the Giant's Causeway, boy."
And keep you dancing all night.
So,
And then you wonder where your pants went.
my dear boy, it's for the maiden you were with last night to tell you where your pants were.
Only one? I heard stories about you.
Needless to say, boy, they don't just say I could till a field with her. But he appears to be genuinely jovial. You know, there is kind of the feeling that you know he exudes. Once again, you're all still that kind of pleasantly drunk. You're not like shit faced, but you're that kind of that nice level of tipsy. Sorry. Heather is back. Hi, Heather. What do you need me to bring you up to speed on?
I think I've caught up on the presence of this unnaturally beautiful person, but I don't really know why he's here.
Okay, I need to go and get food. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that he will start to randomly like bimble off, and he will just start reading the different liquor bottles because he's interested in it. So it will give basically Rory enough time to explain who this personage is, and Bellic maybe time to explain why he's here.
Okay.
And Sam just went AFK.
Yeah, this is the Dagda. He was one of the kings of the Tuatha, and he's, I don't know how you want to put it. He's pretty fucking awesome by any standard. He's he plows fields with his cock, like literally, not figuratively, literally. He's a badass. He held the sun still for an entire day, so no one would catch his affair with someone else's wife. He has some control over time. He's like a god of fertility, manliness, strength, and agriculture, and natural wisdom, I guess you would say.
Very interesting.
Finley's going to very quickly go up to Rory and whisper something in his ear. And just, he's not like specifically trying to hide it from the Dagda. It's more like doesn't want anyone else to hear. He's going to say, actually, I'm just going to PM it to you. Carry on.
Um, Anastasia will walk behind the bar and she'll say, she'll tell her bartender to be jovial in his presence and to go to the floor, which he probably will, and she'll start serving drinks because she actually has some pretty good skill in that.
Jackie seems very still and very, very quiet.
Thank you for speaking for me. I appreciate it.
Oh, 'twant nothing. Just if you the one that called him, I hope you're ready to pay the price.
Jackie, how bad are you hurt?
From what?
No, this is out of character. Or sorry, I was asking. Like, are you obviously hurt?
That depends on if you look at him with spirit side or not.
No, I am not. Look, I don't have spirits.
Bellic has spirit side active. That's an interesting
Oh
question.
God. That dude is barely alive. His life energy has basically been almost completely sucked dry. He took a
What do
piece of oblivion in him. He gonna die soon.
I fear you have looked better.
You know what? I should probably roll life sight. Yeah.
This is a mighty fine collection of intoxicating effects you happen to have placed before me. What was your name? It was something gosh darn and foreign.
Anastasia.
I
She'll do
like
the
you,
same.
Annie.
Thank
Uncle?
you. Mayhaps I could let you partake of our collection. I could serve you a few of my concoctions.
Well, what are you standing around there for?
She starts mixing drinks for him.
But he'll suddenly get a very kind of serious look on his face, and he'll say, "I'm led to understand then, Bellic, scion of across the seas and over the mountains and vales, that you wouldn't have asked for the help of the hosts. Great need of it. So tell me your tale and make it a good one."
I was led here by a great spirit. Far away from the lands where I have traveled. I am a nomad of nomadic stock. We have moved for centuries, millennia. My personal travels are no different. I encountered an enemy when I first came to this place, Hong Kong. Yes? This enemy was unlike anything I had ever seen, sapping the wonder and excitement from the world. Yes?
Those inconceivable bastards! Continue.
So, when they fell upon us, I was weaker. At the time, I was new. I had no idea what I could do to help. And the city, she fell. I barely escaped with my life. I was roused in the middle of the night and told to run. And when I awoke, stopped running, had time to breathe, was in London. Yes? London is very far away from Hong Kong. Stayed there a few nights. Nothing major happened in London. But then I get call from Bird Mother. Come, follow me. I wandered through the world of the spirits and saw great metal monsters, giant objects, horrifying ships from the same enemy. They have come to these shores now, and they fight. They fight in the spirit world, and they damage those who I have sworn to protect and to help. And I fear that while I am more powerful than I was on the other side of the veil, I am weak here. I have been in personal combat maybe twice. Ever. I call for the spirits to protect their homeland, but I wish to be able to fight amongst them as well. This is why I have made the call. I am sorry that it bothered you and that you're the one who felt the need to come forward. Greatly pleases me.
Bothered me. It gave me the excuse to get away from me wife. Honestly, every day she nags me hither, thither, thither, and yon. Any chance I can use to get away from her is always a welcome blessing.
In that case, please drink with us this evening. I thank
However, as for your difficulty, I can understand. He contemplates. And he'll look. And he'll say, one who has spilled blood in my daughter's name. These enemies that Bellic speaks of, are they as terrible as he says they are?
Yep.
There's a reason I like the Kinroans. They literally have only two. They only have two options in life: honesty and brutal honesty. Great. So, what help can I render you, Mr. Belk?
My lord,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
might want to tell. He ain't one of us, and he don't know the price of what he's asking. You might want to explain to him what happens after.
He'll contemplate. He will say, that would depend how great Mr. Bellic's need is and the price he's willing to pay.
for the aid to myself, for teaching me to fight, for teaching me to stand alongside my comrades in this war against this terrible foe. My price is relatively cheap. But to save the spirits, to rise them up together, to take back the spirit world for the spirits, I'm willing to pay more.
We will say, teach you how to fight. Well, anyone could teach you how to fight, Mr. Bell. However, I can give you a hand in this regard. And as for help with the spirits and giving you the authority to help drive back your foe, this can be done. You can possess the mandate. You can wear the mark of the Tuath. They will respect that. In this land, they will obey. However, the price will be simple. You are a man of songs, Mr. Bellic, I'm led to understand.
I
My price will be the words of your songs.
all of them.
Not that you will forget them, you'll understand. No, but rather your voice will belong to me when you sing.
This is a great price.
'Tis, but you also want a great boon.
This is fair.
And I will only take payment after these little weeping shipbuilding I'm not even sure what they are. Pencil pushers, no doubt, are driven from our land the same way we have driven every invader from our land.
Would common sense prevent me from chiming in with, hey, that's an insult to pencil pushers?
Dear God, yes.
Damn it.
Yes.
We have an agreement then, Mr. Bellick. He will extend his hand to you.
Bellick will extend his and reach for his grasp.
And at the elbow. So he'll basically reach out and try to do the Roman handshake.
Okay. Bellick will obviously follow through with that and nod his head as well.
Jackie pulls out his knife. He's like, y'all ready?
Where would you like the mark of the Tuatha, Bellick? Or he will continue with Mr. Bellick.
Bellick will raise his left arm and roll up his sleeve.
That'll be where you'll be putting it, Mr. Kinrowan, if you'd be so kind.
In the Ogum, I assume.
Like I'd want to do it in this filthy, romanicized British tongue.
His hair's gonna hurt, Bellick. He will. I mean, he'll deftly carve the Ogum for the symbol he's supposed to carve inside of his arm, slowly.
So, whilst they're doing that, the Dagda kind of he'll bimble about amongst the people. He's roughly about the same height as you, just some of his features are a little bit out of proportion. Like he's got pretty large hands. And to answer your question, yes, Kim, this is an artistic rendering of Prince Nuada. I just really liked it.
Hello. Sorry, I just love Prince Nuada.
What was that, sorry?
I just fucking love Prince Nuada. He was amazing in Hellboy. I feel like I have to go watch it now after this.
I kind of wanted him to win. I was just like, let him win.
Right? Fuck.
Anyway. He'll stop when he gets to Jewel, and he'll blink twice, and he'll say, I don't know your face, and also, why? You view only an ending, the continuation of life after death. Why is it you cannot simply contemplate the now? Swear to God, if that is not there again.
Jewel looks startled by this. Like, extremely startled. Why can I not just contemplate? I suppose I would say it is not within the nature of my soul.
So what you're saying is you always have to be looking forward to the next or towards the end, but you cannot simply understand that the now exists and is to be embraced, loved, cherished, before it must slip through your fingertips like one would let a lover go.
No, it is more, I appreciate now for what it is. But always, I must serve my duty.
I assure you, when I tell you this, it is the truth. The fact of the matter is that there is a lot more time than the moment we pass and the moment we are reborn. There is an entire life hither and betwixt.
Anastasia will make a drink and walk up to Jewel, and then she'll hand the drink to Jewel, and she'll hand a drink to him, and
Okay.
she'll say, "Let us drink for the now."
He will look down at Anastasia and say, "That is the greatest philosophy that I have ever heard. May scholars write of it until the ending of our days, that in the now, in the later we may drink, in the later we may die, before now we may have cried, but in the moment we shall drink."
And Anastasia will drink hers.
Once again, he'll throw it back in one kind of gulp before he'll say, "So then, oh, that was strong stuff. I also see the fact that my darling, the darling son of my dear friend, is not the only godling child I see here. But I don't recognize the marks on you. You're from across the sea, my girl, my girl. Yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are."
Yes, I am blessed by my goddess
I
Athena.
wasn't fucking talking to you.
Oh,
He's talking to Ikiro.
sorry.
It's okay.
She
Out of
will.
character, if he wasn't looking at her, I wouldn't have said anything. I've just assumed.
It's all good.
Sorry.
No worries.
One moment, sorry. A parent wanted to come see my new burb. Okay, so Ikiro will kind of look over at him and smile. Say, yes, I am not from around here, nor is my parentage.
If it helps, one could barely tell.
Of course. I fit in so well around here. Rosie, did we ever figure out like exactly what the name of her mom was?
Nope, continue, move on. It'll come in time.
Yep. He'll just kind of smile and, or she will just kind of smile and say, Actually, she doesn't know what to say, so she'll just kind of smile and say, it is very good to meet you.
I should think it is. It's very wonderful to be met.
Indeed. Such an exciting time. Getting to learn another person in this very large and intriguing world.
He'll smile, and he'll say, "I wonder perhaps when, as I've said, the time for drinking ends and the time for dancing begins, if you would honor me, my lady, godling of a different pantheon, world away from our own, with the first dance."
I would be honored.
"Have you done with that knife, Jackie boy?"
We're good.
He will walk over and he'll look down at the organ that's been carved into the arm. At which point he will put his hand on it, and Mitchell, it will feel like the wound is on fire for a brief handful of seconds. When you look down at it, you'll see it glowing with a luminescent golden color. And as you move it away, as he moves his hand away, see it basically start to rapidly cool. However, since you still have spirit sight on, it glows with a piercing golden light through your spirit sight.
Cool.
Oh fuck, I can't remember it. Oh yeah, shit. Steven, what's the name of the merit your character has?
Mark of favor.
Yes, you gain the mark of favor advantage or merit.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It is in it's in the Book of Secrets. But the doctor will then, he will say, there were two parts to our agreement, and I end to keep them both. So, you wanted to be able to fight for that which you believed in to defend, Mr. Bellick. Is that indeed the case?
No, it is.
He'll nod. And he will then, you'll see him basically move back his cloak. You see that there's a mace, a kind of a heavy maul-like hammer attached to his belt. He doesn't actually have the sword that he's pictured with in the picture. But he will then very calmly take the mace, and he will, it looks to be very, very heavy. And he'll swing it round, and he'll say, very well then. Sorry, but he will then say, very well then. What weapon does the heart of Bellick take?
Probably he's thinking at this point of a saber. But that's just because that's something vaguely traditional. And because it's a sword, which is one of only two weapons that I'm familiar with in the entirety of the world that have no purpose other than warfare.
He will throw his hammer into the air, and he will then catch it. He will chip a tiny corner from it, and he will then reattach the hammer to his belt. At which case he will rub the tiny chip between his hands, and you will see as he pulls his hands apart, it will pull apart into the kind of traditional pseudo-Mongolian saber, and he will thrust it forward for Bellick.
Bellick will take this.
You have spirit set on. Solon, you still have prime sight up.
I still have spirit and prime sight up. 3 for duration.
Excellent. That's a
I
pretty.
have life side up.
Yeah, there's nothing life related in it, but that has got quite a lot of prime energy to it. That's quite a powerful wonder he just presented him with. And he'll say, I keep my agreements, Bellick, child of the frozen north, far away over mountain and vale, hill and forest, and the great sea yonder. So, when the time comes and when you require the host of the spirits, call upon me 3 times, and you'll have it. We will come when the need is greatest, and when the tide requires a time to turn.
And after this, you will have the words of my song. Bellick will
Indeed. Sorry, Sam, you wanted to ask him something.
Yes. Like when the time is right and appropriate.
He appears to have done his quote-unquote official business here now.
Uncle, your the stories say you've got your purview includes life and death, and you come out on the side of life. Your faithful, your daughter's faithful servant there. He gestures with his head towards Jackie. He took on a fearsome burden to defend the lives of others, and it's tearing them apart. Can you... Is there anything you can do to help him with the strength to endure such?
He will look at Jackie. He'll kind of hop up to sit on the bar as he'll have another drink of whatever is within arm's reach. As he'll say, I think Jackie already knows the answer to that question. He knows that I can help him. However, if you've noticed, He hasn't asked me.
Nope. Reckon if she didn't want me to have this, I wouldn't.
You should know that my daughter gives and takes as freely as she will. She has given him what she considers to be his due, and Jackie here has faith that she has done what she has done because it is in her best interest and the best interest of her faithful to do. He could ask me to strip away what has been given, and as her Lord and Father, I could indeed do this. I could purge the taint from him. I could restore him back. However, in doing so, he would question the logic and the love that his goddess, that whom he is sworn to serve, from whom his power flows. He would question her will and her authority. And Jackie, you would never seek to question the Raven goddess, now would you?
She has done spoken, and I have heard.
Makes sense to me.
Do you understand, Rory, my boy?
I do, but I do, and I agree. But I was honored bound to ask.
Indeed, an honor must always be remembered.
Jackie raises his eyebrow. Jackie is not happy at that last statement.
Bear in mind, honor to the Tuatha is complicated. They have a really weird warrior mindset.
He goes, you have no annex toward me. There's no payment due.
No. Someone else asked me to ask because they cared about you.
Who was the one who asked you to ask on his behalf, who is not here to speak their voice?
Just like kind of a faint wave, like shit, I was hoping to go unnoticed.
Rory just kind of laughs.
Bean counter, present yourself.
Finley Weiss, pleasure to meet your acquaintance. He looks at Rory. Is Your Majesty the right term here? And I'm going to stop with that bad Irish accent right now. Sorry, instinctually.
Sure, I'm doing one, so feel free, everyone.
Anastasia.
Oh, sorry, continue.
Anastasia is raising her eyebrow at this.
Just give him the respect he's due. He was a badass before there were others.
Well, and he's a king, so Your Majesty seems the right title. And he keeps what he said then.
He'll say,
go dance.
Nuaga was a king. I'm just a man who sits in a chair and has a nice hat.
Rory's just having a great time. He goes off and dances.
It is a very lovely hat.
I pride myself on the ability to have both a very spiky and very lovely hat.
Well,
so, bean counter. You count beans.
Among other things, yes.
What other things do you count?
Coins, lives. Mostly coins. He's obviously like this guy is Finley's not an idiot. He's like, hey, if I say the wrong thing now, I'm a dead real quick.
True.
Yes, for the record, the dog is incredibly quick to anger, but also incredibly quick to laugh.
Yeah. Yep. He's actually my favorite of them.
But he'll contemplate as he picks up another glass of just random, he'll reach behind the bar and play Lucky Dip as his hand will come upon he'll pull out a bottle of wine and he'll knock the cork off with his finger. So, tell me what it is that makes Mr. Finlay Weiss, other than his ability for 5 and 5 to make 10 and occasionally 9 if he feels like pocketing the 10th.
That's going to be the last
Okay, that was Rory too, because that's just awesome.
Yeah, he pretty much pegged his job.
Yep.
I hope I didn't offend by inquiring to your nephew. I felt it was not my place to address you directly.
Would you grow a pair of fucking stones before it is I have two tied around your neck and drop you in the river yonder?
And he just like goes straight at attention. Growing them now.
You know what? Sorry, just for the sake of that, Evan, I'm hoping this is coincidental, but it very well may not be. This, no one is seeing it as where? Give me the dice roller. Wait 1 second.
Well, while you're rolling, Anastasia will. Oh.
Yeah.
Anastasia will tell Finley. She'll say, "A man is far more honorable when he takes matters into his own hands."
Okay. So a cosmetic change on, or like a more or less cosmetic change on someone else's life pattern is what?
Depends what you want to do to them.
I want to grow his. I'm sorry to be so crude, but I want to give Mr. Weiss an expanded sack.
Oh dear.
Unless this goes against the traditions just for like a day or so.
Oh dear.
No objections out of character, but I don't know if my character's ever going to live it down.
He doesn't have to tell anyone else.
Depends on how much you grow them. Are we going with this as an actual thing? Like, are dice being rolled for this?
It's a great movie. I love Tree.
Is this an actual thing, or are we moving on?
No, this is an actual thing I'm going to do unless it is against the tradition somehow. I think it is well within the realm of acceptable trickery and hilarity. But
sorry, where into my statement did you get?
I don't think I heard any of it.
We didn't hear you talking.
What statement?
I said that I don't think I'm comfortable with setting the precedent where one player can fuck with other players' genitalia.
That's
that is
fair.
A very reasonable perspective, and I will defer to that.
Cool. No, it's just that I would be okay with it. I just don't want to. I don't want to go to players doing that with each other because that's just too weird.
That's fine.
Okay, you know what? Can I maybe
cast
help him grow a beard?
Oh my god!
You can have him grow a beard. That will be vulgar, but yeah, you could do that. Yeah, that's a life 3 effect. It's life 2 to do something minus. Yeah, life 3 effect on somebody else.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna give him a manly beard.
I refuse this unless you get at least 4 successes, because then it will be a Mitchell beard.
I don't think for the full effect I need that much. It's really only going to last a little bit.
Well, basically, in order to do the effect, particularly if it's a non-personal effect, you're going to need to score at least 3 successes to even make it work, because it's an Arete 3 thing. So.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. That seems too difficult.
Okay. Nice idea.
It was a good idea. But he'll look.
Sorry, go ahead.
You just cut out, Evan.
He's still looking.
What?
I was saying he's still looking at Finlay, kind of expecting an answer to his question.
Given we got off topic there, could you out of character remind me what the question was?
Well, it was more of a statement. He said, will you grow some balls, basically?
Okay. He'll say, I was there when he took on that burden, as your nephew put it. I don't know enough to understand if when you say he was given something by the Morgan that him acquiring it was her blessing. But would it not be possible to think that he thinks of how to delicately phrase this? Because he's not about to be like, no, the Morgan was not involved. It's more like, how would he phrase this? Out of character, since I was there at that scene, didn't you say something, Evan, about how the spirit pretty much cracked a gigantic grin when this happened?
Yes.
Like the biggest shit-eating, oh, you're so effed grin.
Yes.
He's just going to be like...
He's even called the Smiling Lord, if that gives you an intimation of how fucked up his smile is.
Yeah.
What he's going to say is it not possible that though he got what he was supposed to get, he may have gotten a little extra? Something that powerful, he kind of shrugs. I have no scale for any of this. He waves his hands around. But couldn't it have snuck in a little extra, more than was intended?
I'd love to answer this my own self.
He will gesture for you to answer as he knocks back another drink.
We do not question the motives or actions of the Morrigan. She does what she will.
This isn't about what the Morrigan did.
Yes, it is.
So you...
He goes, let me ask you this real simple question. You're a smart guy, right? Smart fella?
Like to think I am.
All right. I ain't got not a drop of God blood in me. Whatever, ain't half of nothing. I'm just a country boy from Appalachia. And you think that by my own self, I was able to match wits and power with a Death Lord by myself in his own power? You think that I'd be able to take anything from him by my own self?
From everything I've been told, and seen, yes.
You would be incorrect. And Ubris is the one thing that kills mages quick, faster than anything else.
It wasn't Ubris. Didn't say I could do it.
And no. It's faith. My goddess allowed something to happen. Now, it was up to me to use the gift. Somebody hands you a knife, it's up to you to stab somebody with it. All right?
Now, when you say
I was given something.
You say she allowed you to do something. That means you had to ask or try to do it first, right?
She allows me to do everything.
But you did bring this upon yourself then.
Every man, every person walking around brings everything on themselves.
All right.
Wheel turns because
that's all I needed to know. He just raised his hand like, that's it. That's all I needed to know.
Anastasia is looking at the dog. What he's.
One moment. Sorry, because Evan also kind of wants to go to sleep. So the doctor will kind of smile and he'll say, "The funny thing about faith is ultimately this: riddle me this and riddle me that, up and down the hither and back and forth the glen. Is the fact is that you cannot quantify it in words. It is a feeling. It is the knowing, without the proof to generate fact. It is the fact that even in your ignorance, even in the lack of information that you possess, you know that something will happen. The sun will rise because blood has been spilt. Because you spilt the blood, so the sun would rise, or so many thought in the age-old past. However, my time here grows short, as I can only sustain myself here in this world for so long before I myself must give way. I sense, Miss Anastasia, you'll be worried about the corpse that's currently cluttering up your dance floor ever so slightly.
She'll bow.
When I'm gone, the energies that suffuse me now to keep me here locked in tandem so I can have this pleasant conversation will return to the boy, and it will be as if he awoke from a very dreamless sleep. I recommend you find him somewhere to simulate him being passed out, maybe a pile of vomit next to him. Lord knows I've had one of those after I've come back from one of Lear's parties. But c'est la vie. Bellic, you have our word. You have a fragment of mine own. You have a fragment of mine own reaper of justice. To say that when the time comes and when you sound the clarion call, and we will help you turn the tide. Are you satisfied with our agreement?
Duh, I am.
It's funny how no matter how things change, no matter the events that bring you hither, thither, hither, and yon, I don't know. It all stays so much the same. He will. The red mist will surround him again, and he'll start to become vaguely translucent. One last drink before the glass falls from hand to shatter on the bar, and he says, "Such perfect imperfection. Such perfect imperfection. Miss Ikiro, our dance shall have to wait, but come the solstice, I'll come back to claim it."
Sorry. She smiles widely and says, I will be expecting you then.
It's all so transitory, but beautiful. That's spring must lead summer to winter. 'Tis the way. At which point he will vanish in a as the cloud swirls around him, and all once again returns to normal. The dancers will think that they had a pleasant evening here, that nothing strange or peculiar happened. Only those who know will know. And with that in mind, we shall end our scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. That accent has really done a number on my existence. Good evening.